Hey guys, Thogden here, and welcome back to the brand new Premier League... Wait, what's going on there? Sorry.
Suits you, mate. Would rather not see your face.
What? Thogden, that's so rude. All I wanted to do was welcome Gameweek 21 predictions.
I know. I tell you what, Morgs last week, Theo, 5 points. He got the Chelsea score right against Brighton.
You know what?
You got 3, I got 2, and the scores are on the doors now.
That's it. Morgs beat us, yeah?
Yeah.
It's not worthy of seeing my face anymore. That's an absolute disgrace. How many likes do you want to go for this time, Dad?
8,000.
8,000?
Yeah,
No.
modest, isn't it?
No, yeah, too modest. Do you know who the guest is this time?
No idea.
It's Cal the Dragon.
Oh my goodness, 10,000.
Exactly! When you have Cal the Dragon as the guest, you do not mess about. Go follow him on TikTok, all the social medias. Right, we're going to start with the first game, which is very simple. Arsenal against Manchester City.
Oi, Theo, that is my bit. The first game is Arsenal against Manchester City. It's 4th against 1st. Now, Arsenal have won the last 4 games. In fact, these are the 2 teams with the best form in the league. What's going to happen?
Difficult to call. I think a big factor in this match is Mikel Arteta having COVID. He will not be in the dressing room. And I saw how that affected Vieira for Palace when they went away at Spurs. And I know that's very different levels of clubs against who they're playing, but it really affected them. Zaha got a red card. The dressing room was lost in that match and they got battered by Spurs, if you ask me. I'm going to be honest. I think Man City will run away with it. Arsenal are always looking incredible against the teams that are in the second half of the table. But throw them in against Manchester City. It's a real test for them, especially without that gaffer. I don't think they're getting a win. 2-1 to Manchester City.
A very big shout. Manchester City are now 8 points clear, and last week it was Phil Foden. He came in and he scored, didn't he, Theo?
Dad, he's the only player on my FPL points.
Yeah, I know.
I needed him, and he came in with 3 bonus as well. Absolute hero to the gods. It's kept me in contention with like the top players, you know. Dad, you wouldn't know about top players in FPL.
Oh, cheeky,
Maybe
right.
one day you will. Not like last year. Just look at the old days, you know.
Excuse me, I was 14,000th in the world last season.
Silence,
right,
Dad.
I'm going here for Arsenal 1, Manchester City 2. City will be just too strong.
Yeah, I completely agree. So, over to Cal the Dragon, the boss. Let's see how he does.
Hello Theo and Thogdad. I'm glad to be back on the channel. It's been overdue, I think, again. If you didn't see me on the last one, guys, name's Cal the Dragon, TikTok influencer, or in social media anyway. I'm here to do the Premier League predictions for week 21. We'll get stuck right into it. Arsenal against Manchester City. What an encounter. Arsenal, great run at the minute. I'm going to go for a draw here because I think Arsenal will bring a really good performance at the Emirates, at their home ground. So I'm going to go Arsenal 2, Manchester City 2. I'll go for a draw.
Leicester City against Norwich City. It's 9th against 20th if this game happens. Now, Leicester City, what about Ademola Lookman and that breakaway goal?
Unbelievable. Kiernan Dewsbury Hall, what an assist.
He's your mate, isn't he?
He played brilliant the whole game.
Yeah.
He's going from step to step. And Lookman, when we streamed Fulham games back in the day and he was scoring goals, it's no surprise that it was the difference against Liverpool. I think Leicester could really batter Norwich. You look at the Canaries' recent form. They've been, singing some chants about their own players, wanting them to leave their own club.
It's tell you what, Theo, let's talk about that because Billy Gilmore it was, and the Norwich fans, not all of them were singing Billy Gilmore F off back to Chelsea. They were booing him. The stats came out. He was the best player on the pitch, according to the stats.
That's the thing. So it does make me feel like it's a little bit toxic at Norwich recently, and they, obviously they want to blame something. How about the guy that's on loan from Chelsea? Yeah. Who knows? Because from how he played in that game, we looked at the stats. He was actually all right. I think going into this, they're getting battered by Leicester. They're back on form. They just beat the best team in the world on form, so you can't argue anything about it. The Foxes are going to win here 3-0. I think Dewsbury Hall is going to get a goal, and he's going to do our celebration.
I hope so. Now, Theo, I don't think this game will happen, but I'm going to say 3-0. I completely agree with you.
3-0.
But Cal the Dragon, what do you reckon?
Jamie Vardy in the FPLs, get it happening. I'm sure Cal the Dragon does. But let's see his prediction.
Norwich poor in confidence. Can't seem to get a result. Well, Leicester beat Liverpool by a goal to 0 at the King Power. Great result. So I think I might go for Leicester 3, Norwich 1.
Watford against Tottenham Hotspur. It's 17th against 6th. Now, Watford have lost 5 in a row. They must be looking nervously at Burnley with those games in hand, I think.
They will. Well, I'm going to start off talking about the Tottenham Hotspur men that went away to Southampton. First away game in 51 days that was.
Wow.
And got a 1-1 draw. He's not really used to travelling, but he won't have to travel too far with Watford.
Just up the road, is it? Now, Theo, we saw that game, Southampton against Spurs. I thought Spurs were the better team. They had 2 disallowed goals. Very unlucky not to win against 10 men. Can they beat Watford?
Yes, they can, but I think it'll be tight. They're not just going to go from one away game away at Southampton where it was 1-1 to smashing a team away from home. I think it'll be Watford 1, and they'll sneak a goal, probably Emmanuel Dennis, on the form that he's in. Absolute incredible player. Final dance for him before AFCON. No surprises there, but I think Tottenham will score 2. And I reckon 1 from Kane, 1 from Lucas Moura. They're going to sneak a win away from home, finally.
I don't know what's happening today. We're just agreeing on everything. Watford 1, Spurs 2. I completely agree with Thogden.
This is annoying me. I can't get ahead. He's 2 points ahead of me like this. But let's go to Cal the Dragon. I'm sure he's gone for something different.
Watford, poor on confidence. Spurs should have won against Saints. I'm going to go for Watford 0, Tottenham 2. I think it'll be a very convincing win for Spurs.
Crystal Palace against West Ham United, 11th against 5th. It's a tasty London derby between two teams who won last week. Now, we've got to talk about 2 players because they got all the FPL points. Edouard and Bowen, Theo.
And everyone had Conor Gallagher and Antonio, and we're all looking like right mugs.
We are. I wrote Edouard down on a piece of paper and I ignored my thinking process.
Yeah, but you probably also wrote down another 20 names that you didn't sign.
You and FPL this season, you're giving it all this. It's 38 weeks, Theo.
Both these teams won by 3 goal margins last time. Fired up, they'll be confident, and both of them kind of ended runs. Palace beat Norwich 3-0 without Conor Gallagher. That is unreal. West Ham went away to Watford and scored 4 goals. Astonishing. I get the feeling they're both going to score goals in this game, but it's going to be a draw. Palace 2, West Ham 2. Odsonne Edouard will score a first half goal. You heard it here first.
Wow. Now, Crystal Palace, I assume they're missing Conor Gallagher again. I think that's a big loss. And because of that, I'm going Crystal Palace 1, West Ham 2. I think West Ham have got the better squad there.
Absolutely. Well, we don't know what Conor Gallagher's fitness is going to be like. It's not worth the risk taking him back after 1 week anyway. Give him a rest. Let him get back to his best. We know how good he's been this season. So yeah, 2-2 draw, over to Cal the Dragon in Nottinghamshire. What's your prediction, son?
I'm going to go for a draw. Just going to sit on the fence with this one. I'm going to go Crystal Palace 1, West Ham 1. Palace want to get a win, but West Ham want to keep their run up. So I think they'll basically cancel each other out. So 1-1 draw.
Brentford against Aston Villa. It's 14th against 12th. We can call this a mid-table derby. Now, Brentford, they lost to Brighton. They lost to Man City, but only by a single goal, Theo. That's not too bad, is it?
And Villa lost 3-1 to Chelsea. So I feel like this is more in favour of Brentford. In fact, I think Brentford could win this match. Thomas Frank has really been looking for a result recently. And to lose when he did concede that goal to Manchester City, he was really gutted. You could tell in his face he thought that they could surprise them, like Arsenal at the start of the season. Brentford will turn this round, and it could be very soon. But because I'm boring... And I know it's Steven Gerrard, and he might just turn up. I'm going to say Brentford 1, Villa 1. I think that's the most likely score come out this game.
But Villa, they don't do draws. Only 1 draw all season. They win, they lose. They win, they lose. You really think it can be a draw?
Okay, so what have you predicted then?
I've predicted a 1-1 draw.
Oh.
We're just copying each other's notes today.
So after all that waffle about no draws, you go and predict the same thing as me, and also a draw. You're a mug!
Brentford with a very good performance against Man City. Very spirited performance. Losing by a goal to 0. No shame losing to Man City at all at the minute because they're just rampant. Villa will beat Brentford by 3 goals to 1, so 3-1.
Everton against Brighton and Hove Albion. It's 15th against 10th. Now, DCL, Theo. I think you signed him last week, and then what happened to that game?
Stop being a mug. I took a 4-point hit to sign DCL, and then the game got postponed. I'm actually at the top of all my leagues, and I'm really starting to fall away because of that week.
That is the nature of FPL.
Only Phil Foden saved me. Only Phil Foden.
I know, but DCL this week,
He's
Theo,
going to make it up.
Because the first 3 games of this season, 3 appearances, 3 goals.
Yes, and at least the fact that game is postponed is I don't have to put up with him on the bench or with him getting 10 minutes. No, he's going to get 90. I'm going to go for Everton 2, Brighton 1. I think Brighton have been unreal. I think they got that really good win against Brentford. Last game they lost, didn't they? No, Welbeck happened. What am I on about? And Josh is editing. He's a Brighton fan. He's going to be fuming I said that. Listen, wow. Welbeck at the end was incredible, wasn't he?
Yes.
Big header. Brighton limbs in the away end at Stamford Bridge. You can't respect it, don't you?
Absolutely brilliant. Brighton are a team that it's very hard to beat. They've only lost 4 times this season.
Yeah.
And to take a result from Chelsea, that is magnificent. So because of that, Theo, I think this will be a 1-1 draw.
Ooh, you've gone different to me.
Finally. For once.
How many draws have you predicted in this? You're a mug.
Lot.
That's it. You're a mug.
Well, Brighton with a 1-1 draw with Chelsea. Great result. Daniel Welbeck header. What header it was anyway. I'm going to go for a Brighton win here away at Goodison Park. I'm going to go Everton 1, Brighton 2.
Leeds United against Burnley of Lancashire, 16th against 18th. In fact, this is the White Rose of Yorkshire against the Red Rose that's close to my heart. But you know what? All the talk, Theo, Rafinha, will he stay or will he go?
Well, he's going to be playing this match. It's just the start of January. If he's going to go, it's going to be one of those deadline day deals where Bayern Munich throw 50 million in the face of the Leeds board and they can't turn it down. It's not going to happen in game week 1. of January. You know what I mean? So I think he'll start. And I think he'll score. And Leeds are going to win this. It's going to be low scoring. I think the last time they faced, I remember watching on telly. Do you remember that 1-1 draw?
Yeah.
So scrappy, so championship. I think Leeds will sneak this. They need 3 points. 1-0 to Leeds.
Wow, we've just had lunch with some Burnley fans, Callum and Rory, and they pointed out some interesting things. Burnley have only lost 6 times this season.
Yep.
Watford have lost 12 times. Underrate Burnley at your peril. I think this is going to be a 1-1 draw there.
Yeah. Fair play. I think
do.
It's very likely. I just think Leeds desperately need a result. Just remember, Leeds have played a lot more games than Burnley. Burnley have played 15, lowest in the league.
Yes.
Does not sound interesting at all, this game. I can see this one being a really boring game. 1-0 either way for me, but I'm going to go Leeds 0, Burnley 1. So I think it'll just be a very, very dull game. Not attractive football at all. 1-0 Burnley.
Southampton in 13th against Newcastle United in 19th. I've just realised what a long trip that is for the Geordies,
Yeah.
but they will not mind, will they, Theo?
They won't care, Dad. They'll go anywhere. The Geordie Barmy Army. Love it.
They love it. Now, Southampton, James Ward-Prowse. Can you do his goal celebration, Theo? I suppose, yeah, it's hard to do it from a sort of...
you can't really do a golf
it's
shot.
More, you can do
It's
a
more of
table
these.
tennis shot,
More
can't
of
you?
these, but you can't really see it.
But James Ward-Prowse is absolutely smashing it at the moment. Surely Southampton will beat Newcastle.
Surely Southgate will be watching, thinking, get him in the England squad soon enough. He's balling out.
You know my view on that. Get him in there for his set pieces.
But Newcastle, they're looking good as well. Joelinton back to his best.
Yes.
This new formation under Eddie Howe is working. This is going to be a hard-fought 1-1 draw. Both teams at stages of the match will look like winning. They both got a 1-1 draw against top 6 clubs last week. I'm going to watch this game. I'm going to sit down and enjoy it, but I think it will be a draw.
Wow, next week Newcastle United can start spending that Saudi money, can't they, Theo?
Oh, yeah.
But
Like
it'll
the
be
advert.
after this game. Oh, yes.
No. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know it.
That was the worst Churchill dog I've ever heard in my
yeah.
life. Cut that out and get straight to the prediction. Southampton 2, Newcastle 1.
Good point for Saints against Spurs, down to 10 men. Fair play to them. Newcastle should have beaten Manchester United. So many chances. Sam Maximan, great goal. Saints 1, Newcastle 1. 1-1 draw here again.
Chelsea in second against Liverpool in third. Surely the best game of the weekend, Theo. Well, apart from Man City and Arsenal, which is also pretty good. Neither of these two teams won last game week, Theo. What is going to happen here?
Welbeck happened and Dewsbury Hall, ex-Lookman happened. They both got beaten by teams they probably should have beaten on paper, but football's played on grass. I get the feeling it's going to be... I don't know. AFCON has a big effect on this, right?
Yeah.
Edouard Mendy's going to go. So will Mane. So will Salah. There's so many different differentials. How will they perform? They're just about to get on a flight to Cameroon. I think it's going to be a settling 1-1 draw. They'll both be cagey. They've both had their upsets lately. And realistically, if it is a draw, maybe City have won the league there and then.
That is a big shout. Now, Chelsea, Romelu Lukaku is looking good. He's back to his best, I reckon. But Liverpool, my goodness, Mo Salah missed that penalty. Then there was that incredible save from Schmeichel. That was worthy of Cal the Dragon, wasn't it?
Kasper Schmeichel was taking notes about Cal the Dragon before that game. You could tell it was unbelievable. What do you reckon? Who's the best keeper in this game?
I want to ask you, Theo.
Go on.
Is the season over? Man City are 8 points ahead. They could soon be 11 points ahead. Is the season over? Chelsea and Liverpool, can they catch up with them?
No, I don't think so. I think City are going to win the Premier League, and I think if a draw happens here, it's more likely to be the case.
Yeah.
City have the squad depth. They've got the rotation in every position. There's no players going to AFCON. They're dialed in. They're ready to go. Pep Guardiola has dropped a masterclass on us all. I think he's going to be resting players like De Bruyne, so they are absolutely ready to go for the latter stages of the Champions League. They wouldn't even need to play him in the Premier League. It's done. It's
Absolutely.
done. What do you reckon?
And I agree with you, Theo. I thought Man City would win the league, and it looks like it could be by a very long margin. Now, this game, I reckon, 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw, yeah?
Yeah.
Seriously?
That's boring, I know, but I think it will be. The goals will come from Lukaku and, of course, Mo Salah, because he's not in my FPL team.
Lukaku's been great recently. I think Hudson-Odoi is going to get a goal for Chelsea. Ooh. It's nice to see him start more in that team. And for Liverpool, if only Harvey Elliott was back, what a shame. Yeah. I'm going to go for Minamino off the bench. You've heard it here first. It's not going to be what you're thinking.
Minamino scoring for Liverpool. Is Beadle about? There he is.
Hey, when it happens, you're getting clipped and you look like a right man. That's all I'm saying.
At the start of the season, I did say Chelsea to win the league, but their recent form has not been too impressive. I'm going to go Chelsea 1, Liverpool 2. I think Salah will score for Liverpool, and I think Mane will. For Chelsea, Lukaku. So yeah, 2-1 Liverpool.
And finally, Manchester United in 7th against Wolverhampton Wanderers in 8th. Now, Man United, 11 points from 5 games. They're playing tonight. We don't know what the score is. They're getting decent results, but they don't look convincing, do they?
I'm getting the word 1-0 Manchester United.
That is a very big shout because Wolverhampton Wanderers scored 13 this season, conceded 14. What a ball draw.
Yeah, they don't score much, they don't concede much. It makes sense to be a 1-0. Is anyone in the comments going to argue with me?
No, I'm not, because I put down 1-0. We virtually agreed on everything.
Why have you just agreed with me on everything? Like, I can't change it. I'd love to change my predictions, but the graphics guy is on it. Big up Alfie, by the way. What a legend. Coventry's finest.
The goal for Manchester United will come from Marcus Rashford.
It'll be Cavani. How could you get that wrong? Obviously, it'll be Cavani. He scored last week. He's brilliant. Yeah, Ralph needs a win. He keeps clean sheets. He usually wins games 1-0. This has got a 1-0 written all over it. And if it doesn't, it'll probably be 2-0 because of, I don't know, some late second goal. But I think United, they're just going to want it more. You've seen the recent form, the pressures that are on them. They need to, don't they?
I think Wolves have been mediocre this season. I know they're 8th, but Raul Jimenez is not the same player he used to be.
Dad, they play great football. They knock the ball around nicely. And they defend really tight. They're one of the best defensive sides in the Premier League. They're sitting 8th in the table. I don't think they care about what Thogdad from North London says.
Fair enough. Cal the Dragon, mate. What do you reckon?
I'm going to go Manchester United 2, Wolves 2. It's another good encounter. I'd like to thank you, Thogdad and Thogden, for letting me on the channel again. Hopefully I get a bit more of a better result than last time. Great watching your content. Keep it up. Keep smashing it. See you guys in the next one.
Right, that's all our predictions done, but forget that for a second. Cal the Dragon, footballing hero. He was just about to sign his contract for a professional goalkeeper role in I don't know which team.
Yeah.
I don't know where. But Cal the Dragon, tell us where you're moving in the comments below. Hope you get to watch this video. Hope you enjoy it. It's an absolute pleasure to have you on the channel. And yeah.
We get some amazing guests. Thank you, Cal, and see you all later.
Bye, guys.